Good afternoon. We continue with organizing, and this video is on organization structure. Organization structure, according to the NCERT language, is the framework on the basis of which an organization functions. Now, what is this framework all about? It is about the job positions and the job roles which are defined by these positions. So, if there is any question on a framework on the basis of which delegation, decentralization happens, your answer will be organization structure. Now, organization structure also leads us to another concept called span of management. Span of management is the number of workers which you effectively control. Who has the largest or the most voluminous span of control? The person who has the highest authority, because he has maximum people reporting to him. So span of management is derived from the organization structure or the organization framework, and it indicates the number of people who are reporting to you and the number of people you are effectively controlling. Now, this organization structure can be based on two concepts. The first concept is called functional structure. In this, the departments are created on the basis of functions. That is, production function will create production department. Finance function will create the finance department. HR functions will create the human resource department. R&D functions will lead to R&D department. Marketing functions will lead to marketing departments. So, functional structure is essentially based on departmentation on the basis of functions. Which are the main functions? Production, finance, HR, R&D, marketing, etc. etc. Now, there are some advantages and disadvantages of functional structure. What can be the advantages? Advantages of functional structure are it leads to occupational specialization. What does it mean? If you are dealing with the finance function, you are occupationally specialized to do jobs related to the finance department. So you are specialized in finance function. So occupationally you become a person specialized in performing finance function. So you automatically gain a specialization in your work. The second advantage is it promotes control and coordination. It is easy to coordinate functions under the department. Why? Because all functions which are similar in nature have been clubbed under one department. All activities related to production are clubbed under production department. All activities related to marketing have been clubbed under marketing department. So obviously coordination within the department is easier because the functions are related to each other. The third importance is it increases managerial and operational efficiency. Why? Because a specialized person is dealing with the particular function. Somebody who is clear in his head about finance is dealing with finance. Somebody who has done marketing all his life is handling the marketing function. So obviously it leads to managerial efficiency. The fourth function is it leads to minimum duplication of functions. The fifth one is training becomes very easy, because when you think of training a production department, you know what are the training requirements. It is a skill-based training. It may require engineering specialization. Similarly, if you train the finance department, you know you have to train them on audit, on finance balance sheet keeping, on bookkeeping and all those things. The last one is it ensures that different functions get due attention. All the functions have their own departments and each department is headed by a departmental head, so they get their due importance. Now let's come to the disadvantages. Disadvantages includes the main disadvantage, which is functional structure leads to functional empires. Each functional head thinks, departmental head thinks that his or her function is the most important. The production department will say that the production function is more important because it is at the root of all other activities. The finance will say that if I don't function well, if I don't finance anything, nothing will work. The marketing will say, hey, if I don't distribute the things properly, if I don't market the things properly, who will earn you the revenue? So it leads to functional empire where each departmental head quarrels about his or her own importance. The second one is there is problem in coordination between the departments. Interdepartmental activities are well coordinated, but there can be a problem when coordination with production department happens with coordination with marketing. Marketing department has set a target of 20,000, production has not produced that much in that month, so there is a difficulty in coordination. Then there is a conflict of interest because of the functional differentiation, functional empires. And then it may lead to inflexibility because people who are doing the finance function will give importance to finance only. They were not ready to listen to the problems of other departments, so it leads to rigidity in the employees because they are occupationally specialized. Now let's go to the divisional function, divisional structure. Divisional structure leads to a departmentation, which actually it's not a departmentation, it's creation of divisions on the basis of the products they produce. The example which I gave in case of ITC. ITC produces many products. So divisional structure is applicable in companies who produce more than one product. If you have more than one product will constitute of one division. Like suppose in ITC there will be a tobacco division, there will be one division which is handling biscuits, that is the Sunfeast division, one division which is handling the stationery, which is the Classmate division, and one division which is handling the hotels, that is the hospitality division. So divisional structure essentially means that the company has more than one product. Functional structure is used by a company which has one product. Divisional structure is used by a company which has got many products. Now the ITC tobacco department will have again functional structure under it. Production hoga, marketing hoga, finance hoga. Again the stationery will have uska production, uska HR, uska finance. Hospitality will have uska HR, uska finance. Likewise. So a divisional structure creates divisions based on the products, and each division has a functional structure below it. Now the advantages and disadvantages of this. Advantages of divisional structure is it leads to product specialization, not occupational specialization. What is the advantage of product specialization? Suppose you are handling tobacco. You will know the production, marketing, finance, HR of tobacco. The person who is handling Sunfeast will know production, marketing, finance and HR of biscuits, etc. So you are not narrowly specialized in finance only, in marketing only. You are specialized in handling all the types of activities related to a particular product. So it leads to better specialization. Divisional heads are accountable for profits, and it is very easy to segregate who is doing well and who is not doing well. Why? In a functional structure, you never know who is responsible for a loss or who is responsible for a profit, because it is one big organization and production has its own contribution, marketing has its own contribution. But here, if you say that the Sunfeast division has done well than the tobacco division, it's very clear. The Sunfeast division is headed by a person who is handling the fast food chain, fast foods, biscuits, cookies, etc. So that has done well than the tobacco department. So there is no blame game, there is no conflict. It is very easy to set accountability, etc. The third one is it promotes flexibility and initiative because the divisional heads are given authority to take their own decisions. It facilitates expansion and growth. How? Because if you want to add one more division without disturbing the others, you can just add one more division. Disadvantages leads to conflicts may arise in getting money from the headquarter. Like suppose ITC has pumped a lot of money in tobacco and not so much money to stationery. So there may be a conflict between the divisional heads. It may lead to increase of cost. Why? Because there is duplication. Production is happening in all the divisions. HR is happening in all the divisions. Marketing is happening in all the divisions separately. So it may lead to duplication and costs. And the last one is it provides the managers with authority to supervise all activities. So some managers may become very, very independent and may cross some lines of taboo, and they may become very powerful as divisional heads, and they may ignore the general organizational interest. Okay, so this video is concluded here. It spoke about only the two types of structures, that is functional structure based on functions and divisional structure based on products. Suitability of functional structure is company with one product. Suitability of divisional structure is company with many products. Okay, thank you.